Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. In today's session, we will be discussing about the remaining concepts of software process model. So, in the previous class, we discussed about some concepts related to software engineering, where we have discussed about software process and its activities, and also we have discussed about what is waterfall model, how the working nature of software waterfall model, and the advantages and disadvantages of waterfall model. So the next concept in this particular chapter is evolutionary development approach. What is evolutionary development approach is? Evolutionary development approach is nothing but we can also call it as incremental development approach. What is incremental development approach is? See, whenever we want to develop any product, we will be developing a particular product based upon like a component by component, isn't it? Similarly, when it comes to an incremental development approach, each and every phase, at each and every phase, we will be developing the software and we will be exposing that particular software, exposing the some part of that particular software to the customer. And once the customer identifies the basic model of that particular software is working properly, and if we want some more things to be added, then he will be sending that particular information back to the developer saying that we need some more features which has to be added for this particular basic model. So basically the conversation between the customer and the developer takes place frequently in this particular model. Whenever we want to develop a particular model using incremental development approach, customer will be in contact with the developer at each and every phase of developing the entire software. For example, if I take an example of developing a particular software which is called as let us take an example of WhatsApp itself. Let us take an example of WhatsApp. Earlier, in the previous days, how the WhatsApp application was. The WhatsApp application was meant for having a chat with the friends and having a chat with the family members and so on, isn't it? Earlier, it was having only the basic requirements of WhatsApp in terms of in terms of sending a message as well as receiving the message. Later, it has been upgraded to with sending the images and receiving the images. Then it was upgraded with videos. Then it was upgraded with status. Then it was upgraded with some more features which was not present in the basic model. So here what it says that is each and every phase, the same project, the same software, at each and every phase we are upgrading it with some more new features. When we are upgrading with some more new features by exposing it to the customer, then that particular model is considered as an incrementally developed model. So the first point here it says is, here we are going to develop the product incrementally, step by step, at each and every phase, we are exposing that particular small part of that particular project to the customer, and the customer will be checking with that particular small part, and he will be identifying what are the differences that is present in that particular software, and he will be identifying what are the new features which has to be added for that particular basic model, and he will be sending the information back to the developer saying that I need some more features which has to be added for this basic model. Once he gives me the information based upon the features, I will again upgrade that particular basic model to a second version of the same software. Then I will expose that second version to the customer saying that this is what we have updated with compared to the previous model. So he will check it out, and if he needs some more features which has to be added, again he will refine it back and he will be sending it back to the developer saying that this is what I require again. So again in the third phase, they will add those features, new features which was identified in the second phase, again he will perform the operation on the same model, again he will send that same model back to the customer as third time updated product. So this particular process takes place until you get the perfect product, until you get an adequate system. What this adequate system is? A perfect system which contains all the features, in a specific product which was ordered by a specific customer. So whenever we want to perform an operation with incremental development approach, we are going to perform the operation of development by taking the support of the customer. Keep this in mind. We are going to develop the product by taking the support of the customer at each and every phase, at each and every version. We will be exposing the developed small part of that particular product to the customer. Customer will be refining that particular product. Again, he will be sending the comments back to the developer, and developer will accept those new requirements. Again, he will upgrade the basic model to the second model, and again he will expose it to the customer. Then again, customer will be refining it, the second model, again it will be refined by the customer. Once he refines it, if he wants some more things to be added, then again he will send the information back to the developer. Again he will accept, again he will develop, again he will send it. Again the customer will send the information back to the developer. Developer will accept it. He will add some more features to the same model. Again this particular process, it is nothing but a parallel conversation between the developer and the customer takes place parallelly. As soon as the developer develops a product, a small part of that particular product, which is nothing but a basic model of that particular product, he will expose it to him. And customer will be refining it, and again he will send some more features. Second phase of that same project starts. Again the developer will accept the new features, he will add those new features, again he will be exposing it to the customer. This particular process will take place until this particular system gets developed, until an adequate system is developed. That is what the meaning of this particular first point is. Evolutionary development approach is based upon the idea of developing an initial implementation in the sense we are going to develop the basic model of that particular project first we will be developing the basic model, and we will be exposing it to the customer. User comment is nothing but a customer. He will be exposing it to the customer. Customer will be checking with that particular basic model, and he will be sending the information saying that we need some more features. Refining it is nothing but we are going to accept some more new features for that particular basic model from the customer, and we are going to add those new features and that particular process is carried out until we get an adequate system here. And this evolutionary development approach is of two types. One is exploratory development approach, and the second one is throwaway prototyping. What is exploratory development approach? In terms of exploratory development approach, here the customer and the developer will be sitting together in order to design and develop a product. Customer will be sitting beside the developer, and customer will be informing him what is the thing that has to be done, and he will be seeing what he is going to do. Like customer will be sitting beside me, and I will be typing the code, and I will be executing that particular code based upon the need of the customer. Customer will be giving me the problem statement, and I will be typing the code. He will be sitting beside me. Customer and the developer sitting together in order to complete a specific project successfully. If the customer is sitting with us, and if we are working with him, then it is called as exploratory development approach. The main objective of it is customer and the developer will be sitting together in order to complete the project successfully. Whereas the second one is throwaway prototyping. In terms of throwaway prototyping, customer will not be beside us. Customer will just throw the requirements to us, and he will go back to his work. We will take those requirements, we will identify the requirements, we will identify what are the major requirements and minor requirements. Again, in that we will be identifying what are the functional requirements and what are non-functional requirements, and later we will develop the product. As a developer, we will develop the product and we will give that particular product back to the customer. In this particular process, customer involvement will not be there. Customer's involvement in terms of throwaway prototyping is just throw the requirements and go back. Give the requirements to the company and your work is over. Your work is over. That is what the role of customer here in terms of throwaway prototyping. Once he gives the requirements, developer will accept those requirements. He will identify the requirements. He will understand the requirements. He will define the requirements, and later, based upon the requirements, he will design and develop the project, and he will submit that particular project, completed project, back to the customer. That is what throwaway prototyping is. The difference between exploratory and throwaway prototyping is both are used for development process only. But the difference here is in terms of exploratory development, customer's role is one which acts as a major part of the development. Why? Because starting from the first phase of development to the end phase of development, customer will be with us only, and he will be checking with each and every work of that particular project, and he will be identifying the clause and pros of that particular project, and he will be updating the things to the developer immediately. Why? Because he will be seeing the process. Whereas in terms of throwaway prototyping, customer's involvement is just to give the requirements, and he will just give the requirements and he will go back. He won't be staying with us. He will be giving the requirements to us, and he will be going back to his respective place for his work. And our role is as a developer, we have to accept those requirements, we have to study the requirements, we have to define those requirements, we have to design the project based upon the requirements, and then we have to develop it and test it, and if it is working properly, then we can deliver that particular product back to the customer who has given me the order here. So this is what the difference between exploratory development and throwaway prototyping is. Here, in terms of exploratory development, evolutionary development approach, there are two types. One is exploratory development and the other one is throwaway prototyping. Depending upon the type of project, and depending upon the duration of the project, and depending upon the number of phases of that particular project, they will choose either any one of these. They can't choose both. They can choose either exploratory or they can choose throwaway prototyping. If the project is small, and if it takes something in the form of 1 week or 1.5 week time in order to complete that particular project, then they will be using this exploratory development. If the project is big and if it takes more number of years to complete the project, then they will move ahead with throwaway prototyping process. Okay, and here for better explanation, I have taken with one small example, and this is the diagram which is represented in the form of incremental development approach. Okay, so here outline description indicates requirements of your the requirements which has been given by the customer to us. We will be accepting those requirements. We will be representing those requirements in the form of a definition, and we will be finding out what is the estimated cost of the particular product and what is the requirements which are needed for us in order to develop that particular project will be identified in the specification part. First, basic part. Then we will develop the product. After developing the basic product, we will be validating that basic product. Once you validate that basic product, we will be exposing it to the customer as initial version. We will send it to the customer saying that this is the basic model which we have developed as per your requirements which you have given earlier. We will send that basic model to the customer. Customer will refine that particular model. He will identify what are the new features for which we can add for this initial version. Again, he will send that information back to the developer. And developer again starts the process, all these three process again by adding, in order to add some more new features which was sent by the customer back to us. Based upon that, we will develop the second version of that particular model. Again, After developing the second version of that particular model, we will be exposing, this arrow mark indicates we are exposing that second model back to the customer. Customer will refine it. Again, he will identify some more new features which can be added. Again, he will send the information back to us. Again, the 3 steps will be repeated again. Again, the specification process, development process and validation process will be repeated in order to add the new features which was given by the customer for the second version. After that, again the process is carried out. Again, it is exposed. That is nothing but a third version, fourth version, fifth version, sixth version. This particular process is carried out. Until we get the final version of that particular product. Okay. So here is one small example for this incremental development approach which I have created here. See here, there are 4 different increments which we have represented. At the first increment, at the first stage of developing a product, I have developed only a small piece of a small kid phase, which is nothing but we call it as a first version or initial version of your product. At the first phase, I have developed this and I have exposed it to the customer. Customer asked me to go ahead with second model, but add the second feature. This is the left eye. I have created left eye first. After creating a left eye, I have exposed it to the customer. After that, customer asked me to create the second, that is right side eye, the another part of the top face. So in the second version, I have accepted his request. In the second version, I have performed specification, I have performed the development process and I have performed validation process, and I have created the second part of a child face, and again I have exposed it to the customer. Then customer asked me to move ahead with the third part of the face of a particular kid. Third part is nothing but the down part of the face. So the third part is this one which has been created by me, and again I am exposing it to the customer. Customer is happy and he said go ahead with the remaining part of that particular phase. So this particular process, one single project is broken down into 4 different phases, and at each and every phase we are developing one component after the other. First phase I have created first component, second phase I have created second component and I am embedding it and I am exposing it. Then third phase I have created third component, again I have exposed it to the customer, and the fourth phase I have completed my project and I have exposed it to the customer, and the customer is happy to buy this particular product. This is what the incremental development approach speaks about. And here there are certain advantages here. Since we are going to divide the entire system partially, even though the requirements which we are going to get from the customer will be in the form of partial manner only. He will be giving only minimum requirements each and every time. First he will give only the requirements which is needed for the first increment, first version. He will give this particular requirements first. Once he is happy with this basic requirements, then he will give me the second requirements. Then he will give me the third requirements. Then he will give me the fourth requirements. How this particular phase must look like. Each and every part is developed by taking the support of the customer at each and every phase. Where each and every phase we will be getting the requirements from the customer. First he has given basic requirements. Second he has given second requirements. Third requirements. Fourth requirements. And this particular process will be carried out until the entire system gets completed. And this particular project, this particular incremental development approach is also works in the form of a linear process manner only, as similar to waterfall model. And the major advantage of this particular incremental development approach is, it is one, since we are going to develop the project partially one after the other, it is easy for us to develop the product. And since we have some sort of flexibility while developing the part of each and every time developing one part of a particular product, will be helping us to change the things as required by the customer easily without any difficulty. Whereas the third part is complete and stable design can be produced. First part one design, second part one design, third part one design, fourth part one design. Instead of developing the entire project design at a time, we are designing the product part by part. First part, second part, third part, fourth part, fifth part, sixth part, seventh part. The entire design of the product is broken down into n number of pieces, and the design is also available with us in terms of component wise, as well as the entire system development takes place in the form of part by part only. Okay, and this is what the major advantages here is, and the disadvantage is the estimated cost may increase here. Why? Because as the number of requirements of the customer goes on increasing every time, the cost may increase. First, he has given me the 5 requirements, saying that these are the 5 requirements which is needed for me. Based upon that, I will be estimating the cost. And later at upcoming stages, if the customer's requirements becomes more, for each and every phase, the cost of the project also increases. That is one major advantage. And here the system is broken down into smaller increments. Instead of developing the entire project at a time, since we are breaking the entire project part by part, the time complexity which is required for developing this type of project using this type of model is more. The time complexity will be more here. So this is what about the evolutionary development approach. Keep in mind, evolutionary development approach is also called as incremental development approach, or we can also say it as iterative approach. And this is what about the evolutionary development approaches. Understood the concept?